10 seconds to get live.
Thank you, Kevin.
And there it says live, agenda's up.
All right, and it is 5 o'clock. We'll start with pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Brock.
Here.
Mr. Gant is absent. Mr. Jefferson.
Here.
Mr. Sire.
Here.
Mr. Schoen.
Here.
Lori Tribble here.
All right, thank you. All right, first on our agenda for the utility meeting, the dedication of the water treatment plant. The plaque is an example of what we're looking at. No, Lori had sent an email to everybody. I don't know if everybody got a chance to read that, but basically she was saying, so I guess from my understanding, the council members that were active at the time this was initiated.
Basically, everybody who's on right now.
Okay.
That is exactly, I believe, who was here in July.
Okay. We're talking July of when this,
When
When it
the
started.
ground,
Yeah.
groundbreaking.
okay, gotcha. Yep. Okay.
You had a choice, well, we could do anything we want, but it was a groundbreaking date or the ribbon cutting date, which would be in the future.
Yeah.
But I think the groundbreaking is probably better, and then everybody who's on the board right now, and then an addition of operated by Midwest Contract Operations, move Corey's name down just a little, and then put that above his name.
Yeah. Okay.
Construction, July 2025. I didn't see anything else that, I couldn't really find any color picture to print out, but it's basically black with silver lettering.
Yeah.
I think it looks good the way it is, so.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Cool. Certified. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Is everybody good with that?
Think so. All right. Next, we have clarifier repairs. What do you got for it?
Well, so I did get 3 proposals for the, basically the mechanisms inside the clarifiers. We had talked to Bowen Engineering about doing a guaranteed savings loan to basically purchase the equipment and have them install the equipment. Just because like it will be honestly quicker. They'll be able to go through the submittals and there's no engineering that's really happening with this. It's just more or less worn out equipment, the same exact stuff's going in. So by engineering it, it's gonna raise the cost probably substantially to do it. So this route, we believe, is the best option for you guys and the quickest option. I'm not too familiar with it. Nathan's did guaranteed savings loans quite a bit, or a guaranteed savings project. So it's basically to get with the contractor that is familiar with the equipment and take the equipment you purchased, go through the submittals and install the equipment. A lot of the lead times are like 20 to 30 weeks, so very extensive. So it's more or less, we're hoping to
Before
go
we
that
have
route.
trouble, do what
Yeah,
we're going to
it's
do.
gonna be a big problem.
Do we have only one clarifier?
We have 2,
We have 2.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
same condition,
So
Yeah.
they both need to be fixed.
correct,
Okay.
yeah. And there is some, I mean, we would have to go through the proposal probably with Bowen and just make sure they're familiar with it. And because there is some additional costs, obviously some electrical and stuff like that, that the quote doesn't supply. It would be the contractor, where you're hoping Bowen would fill that void. And they have a crane to get the equipment in and to remove the catwalk and all that stuff.
Because these clarifiers been an issue for quite some time now, right?
Yeah, I mean, they were put in like the big wastewater project in the 90s.
Yeah.
So, but they've been rehabbed and painted and sandblasted 2 or 3 times and sealed up with like cold tar epoxy paint.
Okay.
So, when we had Inspec come out to see the thickness of all the steel, it was more or less, you know, there's not much left to do anything with.
It's more paint than steel.
Right. So, but yeah, so we would have to decide which proposal we would want to use and then get with them to do the labor portion of it. And to go through the submittals.
I did talk to Attorney Schwer. He said to talk to Sean, which I did. Both of them said we were on the right track of doing it this way, so we didn't have to do all the engineering again, because the treatment plant, the water treatment plant was over $1 million for engineering. We don't want to do that. And I think, depending on how much it is, and you'll see later, and I printed a fund report so you can see what was in there, but I think we can just pay for it outright without having to get a loan and pay interest and everything else. So I will obviously, as we go through this, and each step I will approve it with Attorney Schwartz, so we're not getting any trouble for anything. So if he stops us, then we'll stop. But otherwise, we're never going to get it done.
Ballpark, what are we talking?
Well, one of them was the original one that we had, and that's with the drive, for both of them was like $487,640 with the drive they're proposing. Now, we bought a DBS for the other
That's a
clarifier,
different one here.
and that was
That's
$25,000.
the annual report.
Do we need 2 of those?
We would only need one, because we did buy a new drive because the previous drive we had issues with, and it had been rebuilt a couple times, so.
So we have one fairly new drive.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the other ones were like rehabbed again for like emergency purposes, so. It's more or less going through the quotes that would best suit us. My opinion is the Envirodyne, the very first one we got, is the better one of the 3. They aren't all apples to apples. And I think that's where we take the proposals to Bowen and show them what we have as well, so they're familiar with what's in here. But some of them offered the catwalk as well, and the catwalk, all it needs is just painted,
Sure.
stuff like that. I
Sure.
mean, it's pretty high,
Yeah.
good quality, you know. But it's for the internal guts and the fiberglass baffles and stuff. And depending on if we get this drive that's included for $50,000 or get the DBS for $25,000 like the other one has. And I like to kind of stay with the same,
Same stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
you know. But reading through it and stuff, the first, like the manufacturer rep will come out after Bowen installs it. That's included in this bid, but an additional trip, there will be costs associated with that as well. And obviously, they both won't get done at the same time because you need one running. So one would get done and then the other one would get rehabbed. So there would be another cost with that.
So once we did this, whatever needs to be done, what would be the useful life? Ballpark?
With the stainless steel, I don't think.
Oh, yeah.
They'll never, I mean, I don't think you'll ever have to do anything with it. You'll have to change the drives, run in the rate, but that's it.
And you said the drive was what? Not this,
The
one you have
DBS
is
one, the last one we bought was
25,000?
25.
Okay,
And then Viredyne one, or the one that's spec'd in here, is 50.
it's double.
Yeah.
Our sewer system is operating at ballpark percentage wise in the whole system.
So, I mean, our capacity that we're taking in right now, it's 51% of the capacity of the rating of the plant. So, quite a bit.
We have some
left, yep. And then when you get to 85%, I believe it is IDEMO red tag, or red tag you, or red band you, that says, hey, you guys need to think about raising rates for the future, to put a third clarifier in. The engineering was well thought out, so it's all piped in for a third clarifier. And we do have the third RES pump, so it's basically just building the structure and putting the internals in.
Because the last Wexler meeting I went to, they said we're gonna have, only be using like 25% of our water capacity. So if we have some development, I'm
Yeah,
looking at, we're set up pretty much, sounds like.
yeah. I mean, we still got pretty much 25% to grow off the existing, and then right around there, you're probably gonna be looking at designing the third clarifier or getting a third one put in for future growth. But the piping's all in the ground, ready to go.
So we're talking ballpark to put a third one in? How, rough estimate. I'm not gonna hold you to it.
I don't know, man. It's probably gonna be, I wouldn't doubt it if it's 750 to a million. I don't know,
Okay.
guesstimation. Cause you got concrete and
Yeah, I get it.
piping and
Yeah.
Engineering.
engineering, yes. But again, a lot of that's been done, so I mean, 25-foot diameter clarifier, they should be able to take the existing spec book and plans and just build a replica. So it's not like you're gonna have a lot in that, it's just whatever the cost and the hourly wages are, which that constantly goes up.
But we're not trying to recreate the wheel on anything.
Right. Yeah. So,
So is there anything that we need to buy or do at this time
I,
to neutralize some of the costs in the third one? Not really, because the piping's there?
yeah, I mean, the piping's there, it's just plug and play and,
Okay.
getting with the contractor to
Okay.
get ready.
The ones that are being replaced, are they stainless now?
No,
No.
they were steel. Yep,
I don't think stainless was an option when that plant was built.
no.
Probably not.
They do have like hot dip galvanized too, but like when it gets scratched and stuff, it does end up corroding as well.
Coating.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, stainless
Okay.
definitely the way to go.
I mean, I think if you have the money, it's money well spent, because it's only gonna go up,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
you're not gonna have to do it again.
Well, stainless steel's not cheap.
No, it's not.
So yeah, I mean, this is the quicker way to go about doing this without bidding it out and getting engineers involved and stuff.
How long would it take to replace, you think?
It's 20 to 30 weeks, just to get it,
So we get done before fall,
you
if we get started.
know, if this is still true. Obviously, it changes as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I would like them to see it too, just so they know what we have.
Sure.
Alright, so we want to basically submit back to them. and have
Yeah,
them-
I could give them the 3 proposals
Mhm.
and we can sit down and discuss, make sure they're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Everything's on there and, you know, maybe there's something I didn't see. You know, there is some little hidden costs and stuff
Sure.
You know, coming back the second time and then like, a delay in shipment is an additional charge of 2% per month of the total price will be added until shipment can be made. I don't know what that
is.
means.
Yeah. Where are these things made?
This one,
Taiwan.
this is, I know, American.
Okay.
One of the ones I got was Clearstream, and it was not, and it was substantially cheaper. And I didn't like the fact that like you had to go through all the equipment within 2 days, and if you didn't, they were not gonna cover the cost if it was damaged. And then also you have to pay the tariffs, and that's not in here. So
So is that a foreign-made thing then?
That
the
one,
Clearstream is, yes. But it claims it's stainless, and it claims it's coming with a catwalk and new control panel.
So that doesn't include the controls?
Now, it looks really sweet on paper, but I don't know after the tariffs and stuff what you're gonna, you know, you might get gouged, and you might end up with poorer quality equipment without really seeing submittals and stuff. It's on paper what you're supposed to be getting, but
Well, catwalk for a 250-pound man in the United States probably isn't gonna be the same catwalk they're building
right, exactly,
Yeah,
for a 150-pound man.
exactly.
and that's just odd that you have to go through the stuff so quickly,
Right.
like 2 days.
Right, and I mean, I do feel like that's where, you know, the engineering comes into play, but it's Bowen Engineering, but they
Yeah.
also, they specialize in wastewater plants.
So might as well get experts.
Yeah. And they're the ones that did the rig in the 90s, they're the ones that did it, the engineering for it.
Yeah. Well, due to the fact that they're still here, that means something.
Right, right,
We use them all the time for
Yeah.
everything, so.
right, and they did that lift station, yeah. They did Westville's wastewater plant upgrade, so.
I think, I mean, at this point, it can't hurt to submit it to them and see if this is even something they are able
We
to
have
or
talked
interested in.
with them, and he was confident in it. He's the one that kind of went through the whole guaranteed savings
Okay.
project to go that route opposed to putting it out for bid.
Sure, okay,
And with the timeline and the condition, like IDEM was here last, they wanted to write us up on it. I said we were involved with it and we're trying to get something done with it. It was just
yeah,
so many things, one thing after another, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
trying to get to where we are right now.
yeah. Once you submit that to them, what's the turnaround time on them getting something back to you, you think?
I would think I could have it, I would think by next,
Yeah, it says the advertisement is a 37-day advertisement process. So that's pretty quick.
yeah.
It allows you to select a contractor to help solicit quotes for the clarifier equipment. It's been used many times throughout the state on smaller projects, all the way up to 50 million plus projects that are rehabbing existing sewer lines.
So if IDEM's cool with it, that's what we gotta be.
Yeah.
So I don't think, so we wouldn't be entering into any kind of agreement with them yet, so we probably don't, I mean, I don't think we need to vote on putting this out to them.
I'd like them to put something together so we can bring it back to you
Yeah.
next month so you guys can see it, because I want to keep everybody involved in the process,
Yep.
so we're not,
Yeah.
everybody knows where we're at,
Yeah.
including the attorney and everything else. That way, if anybody has an issue, they speak out now,
Right.
and
Yeah.
if the state does an audit, we can all say, we all knew what was going on,
Right,
and that everybody was good.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I think we can ask for that from them, give us something to look at, and then we can really getting into.
Well, Corey, while I'm thinking about it,
Yep.
at the end of Ross Avenue in the cul-de-sac, that structure that was rehabbed with Marshall, or somebody rehabbed it here a couple years ago,
Yes.
it's catching snowplows. It's either it's raised up, the frost has raised it, or I don't know. Storm talked about it at their meeting. We're gonna have Kaufman come in and see, because he may have to cut it out to lower the collar. I don't know. If he can get it with rings, if he can, fine, if not. But it needs to be dropped down an inch or so.
Yeah. I can't remember if that's just, if that casting ring is just sitting on the cone or if there was.
Yeah, I
in there.
I don't remember when they put it together. I didn't pay that much attention to it.
I don't either. The big thing was the piping I got good pictures of and stuff.
Yeah.
And them hydraulically cement and everything. But I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Don said he crossed it, squared up with it, with not thinking about it with the plow, and it tripped it and about tore everything off the truck. It really caught it hard.
That must have just, I mean, because I think that must have been just a this year thing.
Yeah, it could be, maybe settling around it a little more than normal.
Okay.
So, gotta have Bob take a look at it anyway. I haven't talked to him yet, so.
Yeah, I mean, we could at least take the lid off and see if there's buildup rings in it. Hopefully there is, because then you can do something. If
Yeah.
it's not, then I don't know what you can do. Because, I mean, all the casting rings are pretty much the same.
Well, if it's a two-piece concrete structure, they might have to tear it apart and put a different top on it.
Yeah. A new cone.
So,
Okay.
but if you want to take a look and give me a holler
Okay.
before I call Bob, get him involved.
All right.
And two, to keep you up to speed, we're waiting on, NIPSCO on Ross Avenue. Everything has been submitted. Their construction is like 32 weeks or whatever, some stupid. Anyway, they have to move the gas line, I think, for 5 houses.
So, yeah, chances are the Mead's gonna be doing that work. They're gonna sub it out. That's what they did to the water plant.
Yeah, could be. So anyway, that's where that's at.
Okay.
We're hoping to get that done by fall,
Okay.
that Ross Avenue. And if you, did Kevin send you a picture of it, the drawings? Okay.
I mean, I
There's
saw the
three-
original one when
There's
they-
3 structures, one in each corner, other than the north or the southeast corner. That one is down the road a little ways because of big-time utility infringement right in that corner.
Gotcha.
There was too much there to get to move. So instead of putting one right in the crotch of that corner, they had to go to the east a little bit with the first one.
Gotcha.
And I think it goes 300 feet, I'm not sure, to the east to tie in, and there'll be 2 more structures heading down through there.
On each side.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's on Maple.
Maple
Yeah.
and Ross,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Is there anything else on the clarifier repairs?
No, I mean, did you guys want copies of the quotes? The 3 quotes to look at?
You could just,
I can just forward them to you guys,
Yeah,
if that's
that's fine.
fine, or whatever, just so you know, but yeah, I did get the 3, and the one was the original one, so.
all right. Then next, MCO report.
So I don't really have the report today, but I do have the monthly summary, just to kind of keep you guys involved with kind of what's going on. I'll just go through the new stuff, but a lot of the old stuff is still the same. We've had 5 water main breaks, this year, 2 on Susan Court, 1 on Diana, 1 on, Fair Oaks, and one on Couts and Pulaski. So, we had Emmy Simpson out to ping that one, just because we were chasing a leak. And we did finally get it, but they were quite a bit off, but they were accommodating on the price of that, so they more or less just charged us to respond, not for the whole bill, so. Water main break areas, we are rehabbing, as the weather allows us to. We still have to get over by your place. We have gravel on Susan Court right now. We had to cut a good portion of the road off because there was no gravel underneath, so we now have it to the top with gravel, waiting for it to settle a little, and then we'll just put some cold patch on it temporarily. Water audits, we're working on those, or we'll be working on those for 2024 and 2025. 2025 is a validation year, so after we get it completed, Alliance of Rural Water will come here and validate 2025's. So we'll be working on that. Lead service line inventory, we're still updating stuff as time goes on. All the services and Couts here. Radio read meters, we have about 134 left, and that's not counting like the houses on wells and stuff, so it's probably way less than that, or maybe 30 less than that. Like to have that done by the end of the summer. We started this in 2016, and I thought we would be done by now. COVID kind of slowed us down, but we're getting closer, so. LFA, I have no updates on the Strong project. I need to call them on that. It's just been kind of busy with everything else, so see kind of where they are with that. Wastewater stuff under the new items. We talked about the molybdenum last meeting. I have talked to Mary Armacos, which is in the pre-treatment department item, and she's been actually really helpful. We are going to take some molybdenum samples on the final, as well as Merit Steel has to now report molybdenum levels. I did talk to Larry there at Merit and brought up the boiler system, and there's an additive that they put in boilers that has molybdenum in it. He thought they had changed that, but evidently they did not. They were using the last remains of what they had that had molybdenum in it. They've drained the system, they've put the new product in, so we'll see if that goes down. We're hoping it's going to get down, and it might not be right away because there's still going to be some residual in it, but we're hoping we got somewhere with that. So if not, items said that they would come down and help with that, which is nice. You usually don't get that, so. The non-delegated annual report was submitted for pre-treatment for Merit. The 3 quotes on the clarifiers we discussed the Bowen guaranteed savings loan. Also, on the asphalt, which I think this is in the wrong spot, for the water plant. We had talked about asphalting from Highway 8 to our driveway. It's not currently in the price. I don't know if the town has received any updated pricing on that. No. Supposedly, when they initially did it, they spec'd it up for, I don't know if it was 4-inch or 6-inch, like for commercial grade for heavy duty trucks.
It'd probably be 4 and 2 then.
Yeah.
Be total of 6.
So I heard that the price was like 10 to 12 grand cheaper to do that. And I thought they were gonna provide a quote. Maybe Westler has it, I haven't seen it officially, but that's been provided, so you guys have.
Do we own a right of way out to Route 8?
We do.
Yeah, it's 20 foot, right?
Yeah, yep. So that is our legal entrance to get into the plant, because NIPSCO was not gonna put the gas line in because of that. So I know they had to resubmit that to NIPSCO so they could move forward. And the 2-inch gas main, or line is in the yard now. It's just a matter of whenever Mead can get there to direction the board. So, but yeah, so. We can discuss that after you guys see the quote on asphalting. It doesn't matter to me either way, I just figured I'd give it to you guys while they were doing the rest of the asphalting.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do a clean look in, it does settle a lot through there. We constantly take gravel out there and it potholes up constantly. So, there is a shut off there for rage and some valving, but I think it will be off the driveway entrance. So, but there'll be gas lines and stuff underneath, more than likely. So,
So if they put gas lines under there, I mean, and I'm not saying that it's ever gonna, would be ever become an actual street, would that prevent that?
In the 1995 plan, which I have, it was supposed to go through all the way to the, behind Eastwood, or east of Eastwood, north of Eastwood. But now the school corporation messed that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I ask is, so there's a developer that's interested in doing about 48 houses on storage property. They're in talks together, but
That-
they're interested in kind of advertising it as like a golf cart friendly community and has kind of hinted at, if there's a way for them to help make that area more accessible to the downtown area, they might be interested in that.
that would be like what BZA is. I mean, to my knowledge, our legal entrance is from 8. There is a utility easement through there. Obviously, the water main and gas main go through, but,
You're talking about the existing gravel driveway?
right,
Okay.
yeah. But you're talking the field.
Across 8.
Oh, across the,
On the north side of it?
gotcha.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, I thought you were talking.
No, not
Okay.
there, yeah.
do we have stuff that stubs off of McKinley?
Yeah, I mean, so it's set up for future development.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
I just didn't know if that was ever a plan for that to become a street where that easement is.
I believe it was, because like they have the curb and gutter there, whether or not it's planned, but they have it set up to where it could be. I just don't know if it's part in the town city limits.
Doesn't have to be, because we have access a mile away on the outside. We have to say so. That's already established, so that would be easy enough to fix.
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought that would have been, something he wanted to do a long time ago.
For sure.
Yeah.
Isn't that on Sawyer's property?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I guess going back to that development, if they're gonna put that many houses in,
Mhm.
as far as like water meters go, would we have enough to do that? Or we'd probably work with the developer to get those, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, they would still purchase them through the city, and, we have quite a few there, because we did order extra, because it just got there for a while, it was hard to get water meters. So
I was gonna
it's
say,
pretty
lead
humongous.
times are down there
Yeah.
on all that stuff.
Yeah,
And I don't know, you know, where they're at in talks or anything like that, but I guess with the potential of that many houses being on the horizon, we're going to probably have water meters available.
So we should have the water capacity when we're done with this project.
Yeah,
And
and
we
that,
have the sewer
yeah,
project.
that's what they reached out to us about, and they were just saying, hey, you know, we're looking at this property, but we wanna know, you know, about water and sewer and all that. I said, well, it's kind of a good time, because we're doing this water project.
mhm.
We got all
We built room into it. So, yeah, I guess that's just on the radar. I don't know if that's gonna go through or not.
Yeah, I would think that would be very likely to be developed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Ron told us when we were looking at the property. You know.
Yeah.
And that's a good spot, I think, for
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
Got you a little off topic.
no, that's good stuff. So Wessler Engineering, that's one thing we have to discuss too tonight. Do you want to discuss this now, Lori, or do you want to discuss it at the council meeting with the ERP and the sewer use ordinance, the revised
If you have
revisions?
something you want to say about it, I mean, the attorney
Right,
reviewed it and there's no issues with it.
right, it just needs to be approved.
Yeah,
Yeah, so Wessler was working to just get the language for the sewer use ordinance and the emergency response plan for the pre-treatment, revise that, and Attorney Schwer reviewed it, and just needs to be accepted.
he made a few
Adopted.
changes that were
Right.
put in. That was it.
So,
Same thing that we had before, just a few changes that I got required and like Bob said.
right. Grit room here is not working currently, so yeah, we will be probably replacing that here in the spring. And trying to cut down the corrosion in that room to prolong the furnace in there. That's all I have for, the two departments. I also gave you guys a five-year capital plan. I know a lot of you, I don't know if everybody was involved when we did this 5-year capital plan, but I thought it'd be good for everyone to kind of see. The last time we revised it was in 2021, so it's kind of nice to see what we kind of had on here, and in the red is what has been completed. And quite a bit of things have been completed on this 5-year capital plan, and we'll have to probably think of another 5-year out now at this point. We don't really need to go through it all, but at least it lets you know what has been completed. And that was just kind of things that we had put on the timeline, so. Wastewater plants, a lot of improvements were made there, and we're in pretty good shape to get the clarifiers done.
Are you guys still doing the GIS stuff?
Yeah, GIS stuff is, for the most part, all done for water and sewer. We're constantly updating it and stuff. The summer help was big into that because they did do some GIS in college. So, we're using like a surveyor's, GIS. It's difficult. You kind of have to make it from each layer up. So, but we do have curb boxes on there, we do have water mains on there, we do have manholes on there. And basically you can click on the asset or the hydrant now and see the picture, what model it is, what year it is. And then we can just keep adding like our hydrant maintenance records on there that are on paper. But
Yeah, I was
we
gonna say-
basically have all the maintenance from 2000 up, with hydrants and valve exercising, so.
Because that's one of the things like with ours is when you click on the curb box, it tells you, you know, the Latin lawn and all that stuff, but then also we have our cards, because we draw a card for everyone, and that's uploaded on there too, so that way you still have that
Yep,
to go back at.
yep.
Cool.
And we have cards as well, so, yeah.
Okay.
So we got a good baseline, a lot further than we have been, so, because we initially got it for the lead service line inventory and that was it, but we ended up getting all the mapping and stuff. It might not, there might need to be some adjustments to it as of anything, you know.
Yeah.
When you find stuff, you can change it.
That's the one thing we got lucky with. We have one person there involved with it, is they love maps, and that's it, so they built that system up. And
Yeah. Yeah,
it's great. It's definitely a good tool to have.
it is, yes. And to have it digitized, for
Yes.
sure. So yeah, I mean, that's really all I have. I just wanted to share that with you guys. You guys have any questions for me with the project or anything? They're pretty much halfway on the metal roofing, slabs in. We're just kind of in a waiting game now for filters, and that's about it. Tower's kind of dragging behind.
Are they still planning on being here in April with that? That you're aware of?
That's what they say.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys are aware, but they were doing the footing for the tower, and they were digging, and they did the compaction test. Well, the compaction test didn't pass, so they halted work. And typically they put a mud mat in if that happens. I guess I don't know yet exactly what the figures are, but it sounded like there would be some additional cost for the mud mat. I just don't know what it is.
How deep are they going with those footings?
I thought it was 8 foot. Yeah.
Shouldn't they have done that before they were gonna put it in that site?
Well, I mean, they did several soil bores through the whole property initially, and they did it for design, and they did it again after. I don't know why they didn't pass compaction for there. They claim maybe because it's closer to the water table, so the sandy loam doesn't hold compaction, but I don't know enough about it. Another contractor said they just didn't use a good compactor that they should have, but I don't, I'm just going by what people are saying. I'm just waiting for Wessler to respond on that. So, but other than that, I think the plant will probably be up and running before the tower is functioning. And I do think it will be delayed, as well as the demolition of the old tower.
Yeah, I think for the water plant, looks like their final completion approximately September 1st. Does that sounds right? And then the tower was supposed to be November 30th. That sounds like it's gonna get
Oh yeah,
pushed back.
I bet.
And then, they mentioned if it goes past the new year, there'll be new union wages that will have to get considered and all that stuff, so.
It seems like that's their problem though, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so.
They didn't do the correct thing, I mean, they didn't hire the right people to compact it, and
Yeah, I don't
if they
know.
didn't get their ducks in a row, then it seems like that's their fault.
I don't know if that is,
Is that
It
something
is.
that we can have retested? Like another
I
compactor
would,
or something?
I don't know, I would think so, I guess like Corey said, we need Wessler to respond to that.
Yeah, that should be a Wexler
Yeah.
or issue.
yeah, I don't want to talk out of context. I'm just
No.
going by what IHC said, they had compaction for the plant. Obviously, they didn't go as deep, but they claim they used a roller opposed to like a hand, little handheld thing.
The water level's not that high in the ground right now.
No.
So,
So I'll send you guys the progress meeting notes from the last one too, just so you have them.
I can do it too, I have one.
Okay.
If you want me to.
Yeah, appreciate it. All right. Anything else?
that is it. I think Wessler will be there, or not Wessler, but Peerless will be there as well to do the pressure transmitter stuff. There's just little odds and end things right now, but there's not a whole lot going on. They did put a curb box on the service line to the water plant. It did not have one, and I was pretty adamant we had one for emergency purposes, because like, if you don't, you have to either depressurize the water main and dig it up at the corp, which then you're calling 811 and waiting around 2 hours while your water plant's flooding out.
And they didn't put a storage connection on the,
Yeah, I need to bring that up. So it'll probably be an adapter, which I feel the adapters are better anyways, opposed to getting one manufactured with the sort connection on there. I just feel like it's more heavy duty and the cable's more heavy duty. When you get it made, the cable's like really thin and then it breaks like within a couple of years. So it's just whether or not that was in the original spec and who's paying. So I thought we stated we wanted it, but I'd have to check on that. I mean, because all the hydrants that we're getting to this point, it's always been a Stewart. So. But, yeah. Other than that, it's exciting. It's coming together.
Yes, sir. All right. And then I guess we're gonna need the emergency response plan and the updated sewer use ordinance. Those will need to probably be approved today.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the council meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think since the one's an ordinance, we'll have to
Right.
do a roll call. Okay. Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right. Did you have anything for the utility?
I did.
Okay.
Okay. My name's John Herman, I have the store across the street.
Okay.
For people that don't know me, there's a couple in here. My concern is about those water meters being accurate. And I found some discrepancies. I have some of them here. So I went from 3 or 4 months ago, I went from a $30,000 water bill, 30,000 gallon water bill. And I haven't changed anything except I put my own meter on there. And these are all my recordings of every day that's off my meter, and then this is off you guys' meter. Some of the days on them charts that are on page 2 or 3 are my usage that I get here. And a couple of them charts that I received the same day had 2 different readings. And those aren't my charts, those are the charts that are provided by the town. So I think it's maybe on the 9th of January, there's 2 graphs that are from the 9th of January provided by the town, but there's 2 different readings. You'll see some things marked in blue that my meter read higher than the existing meter that's down there. There's ones that are in red is the ones that I got 2 different readings on 2 different graphs from the town. So I haven't changed anything in 4 or 5 months. I went from using 30,000 gallons of water to this month, I went down to 6,000 gallons of water for the month.
That's less than what I use at home.
Well, I chase leaks. For 3.5 years, I've chased leaks over there. I go down there in the cellar every day, I check for leaks, and I jot down the usage on the meters. 30,000 gallons of water for 1 month for my store.
It's a lot.
That's 1,000 gallons of water a day.
Yeah.
And some of the readings said, on Monday when I'm closed, was reading, I was using 100 gallons of water while I'm closed on Mondays. So my concern is, are those meters accurate? I mean, I don't feel that they're accurate. You can't read it. Unless you can go down there. I mean, I can't read it.
Yeah, I mean, they're solar powered, so you would have to shine a light on the solar power and it will illuminate and wake it up. And then that'll display a reading.
Do you think there was a mistake for me being charged for 30,000 gallons of water for 1 month? It was a $900 bill for 1 month.
I have that.
There's copies of all the bills for the last 4 or 5 months, and it just keeps... And again, I'm not saying, but when I did address it, then I see my bill gradually dropping.
You have August, September, I printed out some from August. August 8th was the highest you had in August.
Okay, I
You
didn't...
have continual usage 24 hours a day in August and September.
So I didn't provide any paperwork for anything before Christmas. Because when I put that meter in, then I can only justify, I can't prove that.
But you're using a meter that's not part of our system. You're using a different meter, correct?
That's something that I can visually see.
So, okay, but it doesn't mean that that meter is reading correctly either.
Well,
It's pretty close, I mean, obviously, the numbers that you're showing are pretty close, but your whole March to March last year, you start out at 14,000 gallons in March, and you go up to 30,000 gallons in August, and it goes up, continuously up, and then continuously back down. And during those summer months, when you have that high usage, your usage is overnight is continuous, it never stops.
yeah, and I don't understand that.
The rest of the time, it's, like right now, you're using 1.7, 1.8, sometimes 5 gallons an hour. And so your meter shows in our system has a continuous reading.
Right, and I don't understand. I've checked everywhere, leaks, all over. For the last 3.5 years, I have chased down leaks, I've fixed things that was...
I understand what you're saying, but I don't know why, I don't know why it's doing it.
In November, that's one of my slower times of the year. That's when I was billed for 30,000 gallons of water.
Well, we're always a month behind also, so that usage would have been from September.
Okay,
So,
again, that's not the peak of my year. June, July, August, those are my big days, big.
so just using water overnight.
I do. And the ice machine,
softener?
no softener.
No softener, okay.
The ice machine, I had the company out because it's water cooled.
Okay,
They explained to me that doesn't use much water to cool
Okay.
that compressor.
okay.
So
So how many
it doesn't-
toilets do you have in there? Is it
I
just
have-
2, 3,
4.
4? Okay. Because I'm just trying to think, I do this for a living
Right.
at Valpo, I do water meters and stuff, and so I do high consumption checks a lot, so that's where I would start is with toilets, making sure that they're
Those have all
all
been
done past the
checked.
overflow and stuff, because that's one that'll get, I go to Franklin House, has 3 of them all the time to do it, and they get water bills.
I brought in 2 licensed plumbers
Okay.
that have gone through my store, and there's
Okay.
nothing leaking on them toilets.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of what else would be pulling water.
Have you ever thought about, like turning the water off at the main shut-off before you leave at night, get the reading, you know what I mean? And
I
then,
mean, I have done
obviously, it's
that.
not gonna advance, but like, or then just not do it and get the reading before you leave and see.
That's what I do, because I don't want to turn that main off, because then what happens when you turn it on? The water's brown, then all the ice in the ice means brown, then I gotta dispose of that.
Right. And I mean, I see what you're doing with this meter and stuff, and I'm not familiar with this meter, and I do not believe this meter will read accurately being installed vertically. I think it has to be mounted horizontally to read accurately, based off the serial number. And like I said, I'm not familiar with it, but it claims in the installation guide with the DAE meter that it needs to be horizontally mounted.
Can I get a copy of that?
Yeah, I mean, I just went on the internet and printed it off, but,
Like I said, I've had 2 plumbers that are licensed.
and I don't know who put this in for you, but I would have thought they would have.
Somebody local, because I like to keep everything local.
Yeah.
I know when we're not using any water, that meter doesn't spin. That wheel doesn't spin. The only time that wheel starts spinning is as soon as somebody flushes a toilet or runs a little bit of water. Other than that, it's not gonna move.
Yeah, I mean, positive displacement meters need to be mounted horizontally to read accurately. And every water meter that we have is bench tested from the factory, 10 gallons goes through it, and it has to read a certain percentage or it won't leave the floor.
Okay, and like I said, I mean, 30,000 gallons of water is a lot of water.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but, yeah.
And and I'm billed for it. I paid it, but it's hard to
Yeah.
continue on with the store if I'm getting $900 water bills.
Yeah, I mean, without turning it off at that main shut off. I mean, if you turn it off, you should see no reading.
And we have done that.
Yeah. And then, I mean, then you start isolating your toilets
Yes,
one by one,
we've
your
already,
sinks,
yeah, we've already done that.
your ice maker, because sometimes ice makers and ion exchange tanks, like when they close after regen, the water line that basically rinses your brine, when it shuts, there might be some sediment in there, and it allows water to go through that ion exchange tank, and then it just condensates, but it's just a small amount of water.
That's something you won't
constantly.
hear or find or anything until you look right for it.
But,
And try that flashlight thing like you were saying too, to see if it's going.
Well, I didn't really want to tamper with you guys' computers.
yeah, I mean, a light will power it up, but it doesn't stay powered up, especially if it's kinda dark down there.
If you put a light on it?
Yep, it just goes to sleep when it's dark.
Yeah, if there's a problem, on our end, obviously we want to get that one.
And I thought we went there a couple times and like ran it through flow meters and another meter, and it was pretty accurate,
Right.
so.
I'm just trying to figure out, I went from 30,000 gallons of usage to 6,000 in a matter of 4 months. And I haven't changed anything. I haven't fixed anything. My day, we're doing the same routine every day. We're using the same amount of water, pretty close. If you see in that paper there, on that usage, it's pretty accurate. I mean, I think the average usage for the store is anywhere from 230 gallons a day to 250, you know?
All right. Yeah, I don't want to cut you short or anything. We got our next meeting to start at 6, but stay in touch with us and in touch with Corey, and we'll see if we can't get this
What
figured
can
out.
we do, Cory,
I mean, those are the quick things, you know, like I know you don't wanna turn it off at night, but obviously, like I said, if you get a reading, turn it off. You shouldn't have anything in the morning.
No, and when I go in the morning, there isn't anything.
And then when you turn it back on, like obviously if you're the last one in there, take a flashlight, get your readings before you leave and see if it advances.
And like I said, the only issue with cutting the main off, when you turn it back on, you're gonna have,
I don't know any other way you'd be able to do it without kind of diving into it and troubleshooting it though.
Do you have a filter
yeah, there's a filter down there.
and it's brown after it goes through the filter?
Well, I haven't checked it yet,
Okay,
so I can check on that.
yeah.
All right, well, yeah, let's stay in touch and see if we can't get this figured out, okay?
Can figure it out.
All right, thank you. All right, they have a motion to adjourn the utility. The motion's there, a second?
Second.
Have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. Yep, thanks, Corey.